Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we are diving deep into SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Our initial report was published on our website on Tuesday, the 8th of July, 2025. And now, we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool, powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 27th of May 2025, our system has classified the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a buy candidate, awarding it a score of 3.67. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has experienced a gain of 4.94%. This results in an average return of 0.17% per day since it was designated as a buy candidate. The exchange-traded fund is currently positioned within a strong upward trend in the short term, indicating that further increases are likely. The present 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 17.33% over the next 3 months, with possible returns ranging from 12.73% to 18.81%. In terms of a longer outlook, our 12-month analysis forecasts a projected change of about 5.13%. Based on our assessments, the stock's performance could vary from negative 14.60% to positive 5.97% over the upcoming year. In current terms, this implies that the future price may fall between $529.79 and $657.35. Our latest daily update for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF features the headline, "A Red Day on Tuesday for SPDR S&P 500. On the last day, which was Tuesday, the 8th of July, 2025, the price of the SPDR S&P 500 ETF experienced a decrease of 0.0548%, falling from $620.68 to $620.34. During the trading session, the ETF fluctuated 0.425%, with a low of $619.51 and a high of $622.15. Notably, the price has risen in 7 out of the last 10 days, with an increase of 3.36% over the past 2 weeks. The trading volume also saw a decline on the last day, which is considered a positive indicator, as volume typically follows the ETF. Specifically, the trading volume decreased by 15 million shares, with a total of 59 million shares traded, amounting to approximately $36.38 billion. Looking back over the past 52 weeks, the ETF reached its highest price of $626.26, while its lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price is 0.95%, or $5.92, below the 52-week high of $626.26, which also represents the all-time high for the ETF. Wall Street analysts have recently adjusted their 2025 price targets for the S&P 500, nudging them higher as we move into the latter half of the year. However, the updated forecasts indicate that significant gains may be less attainable following the robust rally seen in spring. Notably, Bank of America has raised its year-end target for the S&P 500 to 6,300, representing only a 1.1% upside from recent closing levels. This cautious outlook may lead to hesitation among investors, impacting SPY's performance in the near term. Despite some bullish indicators like strong buying interest in major U.S. indices, concerns linger over external market pressures, such as recent tariff announcements, which briefly affected investor confidence. The S&P 500 has shown resilience even after facing bearish trends earlier this year due to such tariff threats. This fluctuation highlights the market's volatility and potential for abrupt shifts in investor sentiment. Furthermore, Goldman Sachs has revised its S&P 500 forecasts upward, attributing this optimism to expectations of interest rate cuts and the sustained strength of large-cap stocks. This could provide a long-term boost to SPY, as investor confidence may grow on the back of supportive monetary policy. In sum, While analysts foresee a challenging road ahead for substantial gains in the short term, underlying factors like strategic interest rate cuts and strong earnings could foster a more positive landscape for SPY in the longer run. The juxtaposition of cautious optimism and immediate market headwinds creates a complex environment for investors to navigate. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF indicates buy signals from both short-term and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive outlook for the ETF. Additionally, a general buy signal emerges from the relationship between the two averages, where the short-term average is higher than the long-term average. During any downward corrections, support can be expected at $619.58 and $600.63. A drop below either of these levels would trigger sell signals. Moreover, a buy signal is present from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. However, some negative signals have also emerged, which may impact short-term developments. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Thursday, July 3, 2025, and thus far, it has decreased by 0.754%. Further declines are anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Volume has decreased alongside the price during the last trading session, which lowers the overall risk as volume typically aligns with price movements. Here are some additional signals you might find intriguing. Moving average convergence divergence, a buy signal. Pivots, a sell signal occurred 3 days ago. Bollinger, a buy signal appeared 3 days ago. Short-term moving average, a buy signal was noted 12 days ago. Long-term moving average, a buy signal emerged 51 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages indicated a buy signal 47 days ago. When we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, a buy signal was recorded 52 days ago. Long-term moving average, a buy signal was identified 40 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages signaled a buy 30 days ago. For additional signals, be sure to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. On the downside, the ETF finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $548.62 and $533.94. There is an inherent risk when an ETF is testing a support level. If this level is breached, the ETF may then decline to the next support level. In this scenario, SPDR S&P 500 finds support just below today's level at $548.62. If this is broken, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $533.94 and $524.58. Generally, the ETF tends to exhibit very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk is regarded as very low. Over the past day, the ETF fluctuated by $2.63 between its high and low, which is a movement of 0.425%. For the past week, the ETF has experienced a daily average volatility of 0.697%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF is at 620.45. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be breached before entering a position. For those already holding the ETF, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF encounters its first support level at 548.62. If this support level holds, it could present a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $596.32, reflecting a decline of 3.87%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily fluctuations, which translates to a lower risk profile. Additionally, there is a sell signal generated from a pivot top identified 2 days ago. Is SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good buy? Several short-term indicators, along with a generally positive trend, suggest that the current level might present a buying opportunity, as there is a reasonable chance for SPDR S&P 500 ETF to perform well in the near future. After analyzing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Wednesday, the 9th of July, we anticipate SPDR S&P 500 ETF to open higher by approximately 32.5 cents and begin trading at $620.67. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult with a financial advisor before making any decisions regarding the purchase or sale of securities. It is important not to base your investment decisions solely on StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.